Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. I'd like to speak about the importance of Takhreej. Takhreej al-Hadith, which refers to, for an example, where the Hadith is found, okay, in simple words. Azw al-Hadith al-Masadir al-Asli, and this is what it means, is to basically to tell where this Hadith is found. So for an example, إذا فرضنا, يعني if I write down, for an example, the Hadith of, I don't know, let's say the famous hadith of the hadith إنما الأعمال بالنية. Yeah. طيب. This hadith everyone knows is authentic, is sahih. But إذا فرضنا قلنا let's just say for an example we say someone says this hadith rawahu, I don't know, narrated by Ibn Majah. Yeah? Ibn Majah. This is just an example. So we say this hadith here, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّةِ, which means these are judged by one's intention, narrated by Ibn Majah. طيب. Now, in order for me, like sometimes on the internet there's mistakes, people make mistakes, they may mention a hadith and it's been narrated by Fulan and Fulan. Now I want to make sure, I want to find out, is this really sahih, i.e., I know the hadith is sahih because everyone talks about it. Everyone, it's like it's though it's mutawatir, it's been accepted. But this hadith, someone says narrated by Ibn Majah. I want to check, is this really Ibn Majah? Now, if I go and look at Ibn Majah, I'll have to look at how many hadith, thousands and thousands of hadith in Ibn Majah. I won't be able to easily find out. So there is an easy way to find this without looking at the internet, if the internet is wrong, for an example, or if you don't have internet access, so on and so forth. And this is the tradition way of the ulama. And there are many books for this and many different ways. One of the ways is to look at this famous book called Tuhfatul Ashraf bi Ma'rifat al-Atraf. And I have it right in front of me here, inshallah ta'ala. Over here, yeah. And what I do is I go to the index book. This is the index. You know, so the books, they have index and so on and so forth. So I first find out this hadith. Firstly, the chain of narration is very famous. This hadith has been narrated by who? Of course, we know it narrated by Umar radiallahu anhu, who heard it from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But from Umar radiallahu anhu, who is the next person in line who heard it from Umar radiallahu anhu, was famously known as Alqamah ibn Waqqas al-Laythi, famous. He is very famous. Alqamah radiallahu anhu arda. Who heard it from Alqamah? Also, I believe it was Muhammad ibn Ibrahim, if I'm right in saying this. Muhammad ibn Ibrahim. Obviously, you can check the narration on the internet. They will give you the whole chain of narration. So Muhammad ibn Ibrahim. طيب. I now know Umar radiallahu anhu, the Sahabi al-Jalil radiallahu anhu arda, he heard it from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This hadith, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّةِ. طيب. Who heard it from Umar radiallahu anhu? Alqamah. Now, what I do, I put like a star or something next to Alqamah's name. One star next to his name. Okay, this is the way. You got to understand what I'm doing here. So I put this one star next to Alqamah radiallahu anhu's name. So now I go and search Alqamah ibn Waqqas al-Laythi, who narrated from Umar radiallahu anhu, using this book called Tuhfatul Ashraf bi Ma'rifat al-Atraf. This book here is the index one, and this is the main book here. Anyway, so what I'll do now, inshallah ta'ala, I will go to the end and I will look for the name Alqamah. Obviously alif, then you got jim here, ha, kha, you know what we're looking for, ayn, yeah, sin, shin, sad, dad, well, it was coming, ayn, I'm on ayn right now, ayn, ba, and then the next letter, I'm looking at the second letter, which is ba, which is the alphabetic order, so you're going to have to look at lam, isn't it, Al-Qama, so it might be a bit, so this, as you can see, is Abdurrahman ibn Sa'ib al-Hilali, and so on and so forth. Okay, lam, well, actually I'm on the right at the moment. Ta, fa, qaf. Yeah, qaf and then kaf, lam, right? So if you have a look over here, this is kaf, and this over here is the Alqamah names. Alqamah ibn Qais Abu Shibl. Alqamah ibn Qais Abu Shibl over here as well. An-Nakh'i. We are looking for Waqqas al-Laythi. Here we are. Alqamah ibn Waqqas al-Laythi al-Madani. But he narrates from Abdullah ibn Abbas as well. So I want Umar radiallahu anhu. Here we are. And Umar radiallahu anhu. So you can see it's got one star next to it. Yeah. So this, what page number is this? What page number is 946. He narrates from An Umar there. So any narration that he narrates from An Umar radiallahu anh would probably be here, inshallah. So I go to page 946 in the actual book now. 946 in this book here, and 946 I come very quickly, inshallah ta'ala. If I look for 946, here we are, Bismillah, and I look at the name Alqama ibn Waqas al-Laythi, here we are, al-Madini, An Umar, here we are, and there's the hadith, Innama al-a'malu bin-niyyah, wicked. The hadith is here, and now I wanted to clarify what I wanted to see. Someone said to me, for an example, it's narrated in Ibn Majah. I want to go see, is that really true? Yes, because it's an ayn. Ayn means jama'a, means all the 6 books of hadith have narrated it. Bukhari, yeah, Bukhari, hadith, Bukhari, kha means Bukhari, by the way. Yeah, for an example, Mim, Muslim, Dal, Abi Dawud, Ta, Tirmidhi, هكذا يعني, you know, Sin, An-Nasa'i, and Qaf is Ibn Majah. So it's true what the brother said, or what's been written, it is true, and this is the hadith. This we call Takhreej of the hadith, clarify where the hadith actually is found. And inshallah, hopefully this is beneficial. You can try, you know, if you buy the books, inshallah ta'ala, or if anyone wants to give me any work and tell me, Sheikh, or brother, find me where this book is or where this hadith is, I will use the books of Ashraf to find out. And there are other ways, using the Musnad of Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal as well. There's other ways as well, using other books of Takhreej as well, Kashaf and so on and so forth. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq, ikhlas and sincerity to understand the beautiful ahadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, narrate them authentically, properly, the way the Salaf used to. Jazakumullah khairah.